AEM,
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. o-
the Vipin, I have
Okay.
only I told you I just know only Adobe. I was know only the admin concepts. Like I was working on Documentum, so
Mhm.
whatever the admin work. So I am working on admin. I am not developer.
Oh,
So I'm a supporter. So server starts checking log files, maintenance activities. So that kind of work is mine.
okay. Okay. That's fine. That's
Similarly,
fine. No issues.
similarly, when I was switching to Adobe, so in Adobe also just at that time I do log checking that only, but I don't know much about Adobe that AEM.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. No issues. I will be starting from scratch, and whenever you feel any query, you can just stop me and ask. Okay.
Yes, yes. And one more thing for this developer, like what things, what are the requirement, like what is required by backend? Can you help me in that also, like HTML, Java, some JavaScript? So means that backend, what is required, I will just learn myself if you help me in that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So to
What
learn
are
AEM, mhm.
yeah,
So
to learn
there are
AEM.
correct. Correct. So there are three things.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
two roles comes when you speak about AEM. Okay. One is the UI development, and second one is the AEM developer. Okay. Some companies hire the people for both. Okay. But in many of the companies, they hire people like AEM developers who are solely responsible to create AEM components, AEM templates, and some services components. Like a bit knowledge of Java is required, okay, to start on AEM. On the other hand, when I talk the UI development, there are some CSS and JS knowledge. Okay, if you are having the basic knowledge of JS and CSS, that is enough. Okay, because for every company there would be some separate team for your UI. Okay, they will be giving you the mocks in HTML, JS. You just need to integrate those things in your AEM. I will tell you that how you will be integrating those stuffs which you will be getting. But three things you can just start, like one HTML, JS,
Mhm.
CSS, the basic understanding, not in deep, just basic knowledge that how to create the function and all. You don't have to create in JS. Okay, you just need to have some understanding of JS, CSS, and a bit of Java as well. You should be knowing that what is the object. I know that might be you
Yeah.
are aware, but you just have some
I'm
basic
aware.
understanding of core Java.
Practically, yeah, practically I don't know, but actually I know core Java and server JSP till that I know, but I don't know advanced that
Yeah,
Hibernate
yeah.
things. That was
No,
I
no, no,
don't
no,
know.
no. That is not required in AI. Okay,
Okay, okay.
okay.
So I whatever I know is only theoretically I know, but practically I don't know anything. Vipin. That's what.
Yeah, no issues.
That,
We'll start from scratch, and you will be definitely be confident. Okay, after a week or two. Okay,
oh, sure, sure, Vipin, sure.
okay. So let me just start from the yesterday. I will just quickly recap that
Yeah,
what we discussed yesterday, and then we'll move forward. Okay. So you guys can go on mute, and if you have any query, you can just unmute and please stop me, and you can ask your query. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So like yesterday, I told you that what is the EM and why we should use EM. Okay. Adobe Experience Manager. Let me just give you that a basic like thing again, that AEM stands for Adobe Experience Manager. Earlier it was a product from the D software. In 2011 they have acquired it, Adobe acquired it, and they like Adobe renamed it as Adobe Experience Manager. Okay, now that is a CMS tool for content management and all. The things which you cannot do with your normal websites. If you are creating your websites in some CMS, then it's easy to author and it is easy to maintain. Okay, through those content management servers. Okay, management systems. Now, when I talk about the Adobe Marketing Cloud, there are different tools available. Like for personalization, there is one Adobe Target. For social, there is one social tool. For analytics, there is Adobe Analytics, there is Adobe Campaign. So these are different tools from the Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay, here you see Experience Manager. So this is our area of focus where we'll be focusing Adobe Experience Manager. So this is again a part of Adobe Marketing Cloud because that is a product of Adobe. So it's very easy to integrate your Experience Manager with all these tools. Okay, all these Adobe tools. I will show you one or two integrations like with TTM, but in the end I will show you, because we will mainly focus on the Adobe Experience Manager. Okay, so now the very first thing that you will be getting some
Yeah,
instance. I will be
sorry,
providing you. Sorry.
this class is recorded, right? This is recording, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
class is recorded.
yeah, yeah.
Recorded.
Yeah, already
Please
recorded
tell me.
by Sheena.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's just okay. Okay. Thank you.
So I'll be giving you two things. Okay, one is jar and one is license. So the very first thing what you have to do is you have to check on your system whether you are having Java installed or not. Just open the command prompt and type Java version. Okay, if you are having Java, then that's fine. That is the only prerequisite for AEM, that you should be having 4 GB RAM, okay, minimum 4 GB, and Java installed on your system. Okay, if you are having Java, or if you are not having Java installed on your system, you just simply download Java and just configure in your environment variables. Okay, so the next thing what you have to do is you have to just double click on this jar. Okay, so after 2 to 3 minutes, you will see one pop-up would be coming, that on and off. Okay, so let me just show you one thing. I'm closing my instance. So what you have to do is you just double click on this jar. Very first time you won't see this CRX quick start. Once you double click, you will see this dialog would be appearing, and it will be saying starting quick start on port 4502. Okay, but before starting, like, the jar name would can be different. I will be giving you the same jar name, but what happens when you receive it from the Adobe, the name is pretty much different. Okay, when I say different, that name could be like quick start.jar or EM quick start.jar. So we have to rename the jar first. Okay, so what are the naming convention of this jar? I will quickly show you. Let it be start, but in the background I will show you that what is the naming convention. Okay, so the standard naming convention of any EM instance is this one: EM, then hyphen, you can provide any version there, and then run mode, author or publish, and then the port number. Okay, here you can see this is AEM. Then there are two modes, as I shown you yesterday, that there are two modes of AEM, two basic run modes. One is author and one is publish. Okay, there would always be two instances, one author instance where you can perform the authoring, and the publish instance that would be for the end users. Okay, we will be working mostly on the authors, and when we replicate, when we want to see that how it will look like on publish, we can set up the publish instance as well. I will show you that how to set up the publish. Right now I am authoring the author instance. So here you have to provide the run mode, author or publish. Okay, same jar would work for author and publish. Okay, just the naming convention matter. Okay, and then you have to provide the port number. 4502 is a default port number. If you want to run your AEM on some different port like 4505 or 4506, you can provide. There is no issue. You have to just rename your jar and provide the port number. Okay, so this is a standard naming convention I have mentioned in this document as well. Earlier we used to keep it CQ, okay, before 5.6 version, but now we are using 6.4. So this is a recommended way. Like, you have to start your quick start name with the EM. Okay. So now there are different ways to start EM instance. The first way I shown you, the very first time you have to double click so that it generates one CRX quick start folder. Okay, it is mandatory. So once your EM instance is up, you will see here one green icon and it will say you on. It means your EM instance is now up, and by default it will be opening one window for you. Okay, this one. So this window will open automatically in your browser. Okay, this is the very first window for EM. Here, this is the welcome screen. Okay, not welcome screen. This is a login screen where you can type admin admin. Okay, so this is a default username password for your AEM instance. You can create your own users. I will show you later on, but the default password would be admin. You just click sign in. Now, so this is the starting screen for your AEM. Okay, localhost 4502 AEM start. I'm using 6.4, which is the latest one. When you open your instance, you will be landing to this page. But if you are using 6.1 or 6.0, okay, or 6.2 instance as well, so you will be presenting to this one. Let me open that as well.
Welcome page
No.
will come, right?
Yeah, welcome page would be coming in case of 6.1. Okay,
Okay.
but from 6.2 onwards, this page would be coming, and I will show you that how you can change that behavior as well. Okay, let me just open in Chrome. Okay, I'm opening the same page in Chrome.
And one more thing, can you tell us like what is the major differences for 6.1 to till 4? Like major difference what they've done, like why it's
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
version scale
Yeah,
difference.
correct. I will show you. I will show you. Okay, so this is a default page which gets open when you open your instance. Okay, when you double click on that jar, that will open, on icon would be coming, and this page will be getting open very first time. Okay, in 6.4 it will be opening like this. If you open 6.1 instance or 5.6, it will be open when you type admin there. You will be presented to this screen. Okay, so both are same, but the difference is that one is classic UI and one is touch UI. So let me just tell some difference between 6.1, 6.2 and 6.4. Okay, so what happens that in 6.1 instance or 6.0, we used to have this classic UI majorly. Okay, all the things, like all the tools, or like if you are creating any new page, the all the consoles would be in the classic UI only. Like whenever you see this green and black, it means this is a classic UI, this is not a responsive one. If I resize my window, you will see that this is unresponsive. These are not getting adjusted one above another. Okay, but if I open my touch UI, okay, and if I just try to, okay, here you see this is my responsive. Okay, so that was a major thing which Adobe changed from 6.0, 6.1 to 6.4. Now they are migrating everything from classic UI to touch UI. Still there are many consoles in 6.4 which are not fully like converted into touch UI. Okay, there are many consoles, but in the upcoming releases, Adobe will be migrating all the classic UI consoles in touch UI consoles. Okay, when I say touch UI consoles, like if you open this inbox one or users one, if I go to this users, then you will see that still you will find this thing as well in 6.4. Okay, so now sometime we want that whenever I open my instance, okay, it should open in my classic mode. Okay, I don't want this AEM start, I want welcome page. Okay, so you can configure that thing as well. Okay, so there is one config manager thing which I given a brief about that where you can manage all of your services which are present in AEM. So how to reach to that config manager? You can just type here like localhost 4502. From the welcome page, I will show you. Just go to your welcome page, click on this web console. So it will be opening the Felix container configurations. Okay, just search with root. Okay, so here you will see day CQ root mapping. If you click on this, you will find that there is one URL which is predefined, that is /am/start.html. What does it mean? That whenever you double click, whenever you start your AEM instance, what should be the first page after login? So in 6.4, you will find this setting, AEM start.html. If you want that while opening your AEM instance, you want to see only this page. Okay, you don't want to see this one after login. So you can change here. You can simply type here welcome.html. Okay, and just click save. Okay, next time when you will be opening your instance, type admin, you will be presenting to this screen, not this one. Okay,
So
so
it
that
is
is one.
classic UI. If I
Sorry.
Vipin, sorry. So it will be if you give here a slash HTML welcome to HTML, so it will go to the classic UI, right? Not the touch UI.
Yeah, not the touch UI. If you want to go back to touch UI, you have to just manually type here aim start. Okay, like you
Okay.
can always have options
Okay.
to go manually to like touch and classic. You can navigate between those two UIs, but if you want that whenever I open my instance, it should open in classic, then you can go to this route. Okay, I have defined this step that how you can perform this thing. Okay, in this
Uh,
document.
uh,
Okay.
Vipin, one question.
Mm-hmm.
So you said like if we go to the root settings, right? So there you
Yeah.
can define the target path, right? Whether you wanted to see the touch UI or classic UI, right? So suppose
Yes. Yes.
like if there is any new requirement that says like we need to use some companies like custom page, right? After the user logs in with the user ID and password, so they wanted to show the company custom page. Is there any possible like where we can have show the custom page to the user with the settings?
Like this setting is specific to AEM environment, like my author instance. The end users won't be seeing this thing because what will happen? This
No,
thing is.
I understand that. I'm not talking about the end user. Say suppose the company has an internal web page for the authors or content contributors, like internal page. So is there
Yes,
any
yes, yes.
possibility like you can define the page for the uh,
Yeah,
uh,
you
content
can
authors?
define. You can define here in the route mapping whatever page you will be giving here while giving the admin, you will be presenting. It will simply redirect you to that page. That is not doing any logic out there. It will simply redirect to you that page. You can try on your own. You can define any page, like whatever the existing page. Suppose I want to go to this page. Okay, like let me just show you, like workflow. So you can just define this page like this console, Control C, and you can provide this console here. Next time, if you just admin, you will be presenting to this console. Okay, so whatever the present there, you will be presenting there.
So it is available only in 6.4, right?
No, it is available from 6.2 onwards. From where, it was started whenever the touch UI started in 6.1, it is available. You can find this service in your console. Like just search with root in 6.1, you will be finding that one. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. The first way I have shown you that how to start your AEM instance. There are some other way to start your AEM instance as well. So, like what you can do, you can just simply go to your CRX quick start. So very first time, anyhow, you have to extract this jar. The next time, if you want to open your instance, okay, suppose I this is my instance and I have off it, close it. Okay, next time you want to restart it, either you just double click on it, it will take a minute to start, or either you can go to CRX quick start, go to bin, or there would be some batch files are there, start.batch. Okay, you can just double click on this one, it will open the instance. So what is the benefit of using this batch file? Okay, if you open this batch file in edit notepad plus plus or any editor, you will see you will be having some more options. Okay, like here it is saying that what is the like heap size or maximum heap size you can provide from this batch file as well. Okay, either you use it okay, from this batch file you can control the parameters, like what would be the JVM parameter, or you can also provide here the heap size as well. Okay, like sometime it takes only 512, but if you want to increase the heap size for your Java, you can provide that parameters as well. So for that I did the same. Let me show you that thing as well. So either you can just double click, so you will see one window, one like command prompt will get open, and after a minute you will see your like welcome your login screen on your browser. Okay, that is a second way. To stop the instance, you have to just start this stop.bat. The third way is that you can simply create your batch file parallel to your quick start folder. Okay, and here you just need to write one line. Okay, here I'm writing one line here, like Java. I defined max heap size here. Okay, I was talking about this parameter that using this command you can provide the heap size. Okay, here another thing, I can provide a port where I can debug my AEM application. I will show I will show you the usage of this 30303, that why I have given a port here. Okay, in this transport TT socket. So that is a way that you can listen something from AEM to your Eclipse. Okay, or any file system. We will be talking about it later on, but for the time being I'm showing you the ways that how you can start your AIM instance. Okay, let me just close it. I'm just shut down my AIM instance. Just click on off now. I just simply put this command in some batch file. Okay, here you have to provide the your jar name. Okay, and provide, I have provided some heap size and some address. Now what you have to do, you have to just double click on it. Just double click, because my instance is somehow running on 4502. It takes some time. Okay, in background that is running, so let me just clear that thing. Okay, now it will be running my AIM instance from this batch file, and after a minute you will see that one window will pop up again with my login credentials. It will ask login credentials. Okay, let it open. So I talked about the web server as well, that you don't need to install any web server in AEM. The default web server would be the Apache Jetty. If you want to know something about that server, that how it is configured or what parameters it have, you can go to this URL and you can find the details about the Apache Jetty. Okay, that is an internal implementation of AEM. That is a servlet engine CQSC, which by default comes with AEM. Okay,
Okay.
so we
And
have talked about, yep. Sorry.
So this you said like this Apache Jetty is a inbuilt implementation of AEM, right?
Correct,
So
correct,
so it's a web server, right?
correct, correct.
So say suppose in the so for the company, right, if we are implementing the AEM, right, and
Yes.
so and if you wanted to like have some public facing websites for the company, so that time like this Jetty acts as a web server, or we need to have a separate web server to deploy the pages over there.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I want to publish, or when I want to, there is a way that you can directly put your AIM instance, publish instance there, but that is not a recommended way. You can have some web servers there. You can configure some dispatcher by which you will be routing your request to some publish instances. Okay, definitely you will be having some public facing web servers there. Okay, like Tomcat or something, and then you will be configuring your publish instances in some dispatcher thing. So that is the standard like architecture, like this one. Like author, there would be some publish and there would be some web servers. Okay,
So
because
can I assume it in this way? So this web server Jetty in web server is only for like to preview the files for the in the author instance, right? Can I assume it in that way?
Yeah, you can assume in that way because AEM is also having its own implementation like own technologies, OSGI, JCR. So to interact with those things, it internally implements that web server which maps the files. Whenever you hit a request, definitely what will happen whenever a user hits any URL in the browser, definitely it will be going to some web servers. Okay, in that web server, that URL will be passing to some public instances. Okay, so inside that author, I will be having another web server, okay, another HTTP server, which will be taking that request and which helps the AEM instance to like map those requests to actual content. Okay,
Okay.
so there would be some mappings and other related things which we normally do with the servlet engines, that things would be performing by that jetty. Okay, directly you cannot, like, you won't be giving a public facing URL for this publish instance and directly user will not be having access of this publish instance. We'll be having some mediator, some web servers. Okay, because in the companies, the traffic might be a big one, because if you are using AEM, then definitely you will be having more than one publish instances, and to manage those public instances, we need some web servers where we'll be performing some load balancing and some dispatcher kind of things. Okay, so that is a typical things that we do in AEM. Whenever a company switches to AEM, they keep their own web servers, and then Jetty takes care of internal things of AEM. Okay.
Mm. So Vipin, so we can understand like here we can assume like so there is one web server before and after publish instance, correct?
Yes. Correct. In
And
public
and
instances, but Mhm.
yeah, and after that, before and after one web server, and after publish inside author by default there is a jetty means which comes by AEM. We can assume that one
Definitely.
like that.
Yes.
So total
Absolutely.
we have four.
Yeah, for author, like, you can be having multiple publish instances, so you cannot assume that there would be four or six, but yeah, definitely one author instance will be having one inbuilt Apache Jetty. And if you want, if your company is agreeing to like deploy it on some different web servers that the request would be coming, you can configure your like Apache like Tomcat or any web server.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing which we discussed
And
very
Vipin, if
overview.
they want to, so if they want to, Vipin, if they want to go it on the Linux or Unix servers, in that case,
If you are deploying in Linux, then there would be some different like jar files you will be getting.
okay,
Okay, so that is not be same for Windows. So you have to request Adobe for Linux environment.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Okay, so technology stack, we just take a overview yesterday. So I'll not be going to these all of these things as of now, because it would be good if we do the practical and see that what each technology is doing. Yesterday I given a overview. Okay, so today I will be showing you the JCR only. Then we'll be creating some components, some templates, some pages, and then we'll try to like bind those things with these technologies like OSGI when I will be creating some Java code, the Sling when I will be creating some components, and I want to show you some mappings. Then the Sling will be more clear that what how we can resolve the content, how Sling resolve the content and all. Okay, so the JCR, I talked about the JCR. Okay, so that is in like core content repository API for my AEM. Okay, and on the top of JCR, Adobe created their own implementation, that is CRX3. Nowadays, the CRX3 is based on OIC repository. Okay, that is again of API for Apache Jackrabbit. Okay, so if you see here, if I go to my CRXDE, let me just go open my instance.
Vipin, what is the difference between the CRX DE and CRX? So it's CRX is a content repository extreme, right?
Correct. If I
So,
open, Mhm.
the CRXDE is a UI, right?
Yeah, it is a development environment. Okay, if you open the CRX Explorer, okay,
Okay.
so you see here content repository stream. Okay, and what
Okay.
it is saying, JSR 283 compliant repository. So this is the repository. Okay, and this is the development environment. Okay, where you can see definitely if you go to this content explorer. Okay, let me just click on it.
Okay.
Okay, all the folders which you are seeing here, those will be, you can also see here as well in your CRXDE. Okay, apps pane.
So, okay.
But
So
what
the
is the
what
difference?
what is what is the difference? The CRXD, this window and the other window?
I'm showing you that. So in this CRX Explorer, it is telling that this is an implementation of JCR. Okay, this is an implementation of JCR. Okay, now if you want to perform, if you want to add, or if you want to write some code or create some components, it's not possible using this content explorer or something. You have to
Okay.
be some editor. Okay, so that CRX DE, development environment, CRX content repository stream, and then you can see here development environment. So this is a tool, inbuilt tool, which was provided by Adobe to make your development easy. It's not mandatory to use CRXDE. You can do whatever you can do with CRXDE. You can go to your Eclipse, you can install the plugins there, and you can perform, or you can create the components dialog there as well. But this is an inbuilt editor which comes with your instance. You can create
Okay.
components. Okay.
So the CRXDE, right? So it's a
Yeah.
separate licenses or like it comes with
No, no,
the
no. It comes
AEM?
with the EM. It comes with the EM. You see here, I just opened localhost 4502. Okay. So when you
Okay.
see welcome page, okay, so this is my welcome page. First, I am telling you about the classic UI. In
Okay.
one or two classes, I will be going to classic UI. Then we'll see how to migrate classic to touch, because that is an ongoing process nowadays in many companies, that they are migrating from classic to touch UI. So we should be having understanding of classic UI as well a bit. Okay, so that's why I
Okay.
am taking one or two sessions to create components in classic UI. Then we'll see that how we can easily migrate to touch UI. Okay, that is an important thing.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my welcome screen. Here there are different consoles. When I say console, that if you want to create some content, you can go to this website for digital asset. So I am talking about CRXDE. Here you will see one CRXD Lite development application with a web-based IDE. Okay, so you can just click on this CRXD Lite and you will be presented to that development environment. Okay, here you can create your components, you can create the configuration, you can create the client libraries. We'll come to this point later on. Okay, so now I was talking about the JCR.
Okay.
Okay,
One thing, Vipin. So,
yeah,
so there is a classic UI and touch UI, right? As you said, like
yes,
it's a classic is kind of a legacy and touch UI is more responsive, right? So my
correct.
question is like the responsive is only for like to access the AEM instances from the tablet, device or phone, right? That's a only benefit, right?
Correct. That is the only intent to introduce the touch UI. As the name suggests, touch. Okay, so it means you can access your environment, you can perform the authoring, okay, from your tablet as well, from your touch devices. Okay,
Okay,
because if
it's not it's not something that whatever websites you are creating using touch UI, right? That will be
Mhm.
like responsive. I'm talking about the actual pages or websites you are creating out of the AEM, right? I'm talking about it will not give the responsive for the pages, right? That we have
No,
to
no,
handle
no,
separately, right?
no. Correct. Only when I say the responsive in terms of authoring only. For the end user,
Okay.
the result is same. They don't care about that whether you have created your site using touch UI or classic UI. End user doesn't have any like impact on that. If you want to make your site responsive, definitely you have to use the media queries through CSS. Some framework you have to include. There is no such thing that if you are creating your component in touch UI, that will automatically make your page responsive end user page. That is only for authoring. Like
Okay.
touch UI matters only for authoring. Okay, that is
Okay.
nothing relationship with the end user. You have to
Okay.
make your page responsive through media queries and all.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I was talking about the JCR. Okay, so here as I mentioned that in JCR, this is an I mentioned here as well that the structured way to storing your data, hierarchical structure is storage, and everything you will see in form of nodes. Okay, in JCR, I will be considering everything as a node. Okay, in Sling, I will be considering everything as resource. Let's talk about the JCR only. When I say JCR, everything is node and the values will be getting saved in form of properties, key and value pair. If I go to my content, you will see various nodes are there. If I create any page or something, okay, we'll see that how we will be creating these pages and all. I am just talking about the JCR. Okay, this is one of my node, demo practical. Okay, and this is my properties, key and value pair. In JCR, it is saving in form of some nodes. Okay, now there are some rules. There are some key areas of JCR. Okay, like you can perform. JCR provides you it store the data in form of properties. It also provides some other features like when you perform any query, okay, in your AEM, definitely in some of the components we need to write some queries that I have a scenario that I want to traverse my repository. I want to find certain resource type in my repository. So JCR provides you a concept of indexing. Okay, so instead of fully search your repository, you can create your custom index. Okay, we'll see that how we will be creating those custom indexes, and those indexes will be saving under this one, OIC index. Let's not go to this point. So that is one key area of JCR, that it provides you to create the custom indexes that will be helpful in querying. Okay, the next thing, whenever you add any asset, add any component on your page, or delete any component on your page, or perform any action on your nodes. Okay, suppose I'm going to this content. Okay, I'm dropping some component on my page. Okay, so you can listen those events as well. So there is a one JCR observation framework. I'll be covering that as well, that what is the JCR observation framework. But these are the key specifications of JCR. One is the indexing, and second one is the observation apart from this node structure. Okay, I have mentioned here the key responsibilities of JCR. Okay, so now there are some rules. Okay, whenever you see here that if I click any node, okay, sometime you will see that primary type JCR colon primary type CQ page. Okay, if I click on some different node, you will see some primary type is CQ page content. Okay, so for every node there is a primary type associated in JCR. Okay, in CRX, when I say JCR, it means there would be some implementation. CRX is an implementation, so in that there would be one primary type. For each node there would be one primary type, JCR colon primary type. Okay, and the type value would be different. It's depend on the implementation, like CRX. Okay, how they have implemented that thing, we don't need to bother about that. For every node type, like for page, if I'm creating a page, okay, the node type would be different. The primary type would be CQ page. If I'm creating a template, it would be creating one JCR content node, and the type would be CQ page content. Okay, if I'm creating a component, then the type would be different. So it depends on your implementation framework, that how it is storing or how it is manipulating the data. Now the first thing, that every node will be having one primary type. Okay, so here you see that some of the properties of a node are coming disabled. Okay, you cannot edit. If you right click, you see here delete and revert and paste options are disabled. So what does it mean? That these are the default types of a node, like primary type. Whenever you create any node in AEM, okay, or automatically it will be having primary type. That is a mandatory thing. If I go to here, like par, I am creating a manual. Okay, right click, create a node. I'm creating a node manually. You will see one type would always be there. You cannot create a node without a type. Suppose I'm writing here test. I'm typing here anti unstructured. So what is anti? Anti unstructured, that is a default node type. Okay, anti means node type, unstructured. Okay, here you will see save all. So you cannot delete it one. Delete this entity primary type. Okay, so what does it mean? So here you will see protected, mandatory, multiple, and auto created. Okay, so if it is true, it means that you cannot delete it. It is protected one. It is mandatory, as well as it is not multiple. Multiple means there might be the array of values. Okay, so there is one multi option is there. I will show you. Suppose I am creating one property for this practical banner, like titles, something, string, and click on this multi and click add. Okay, give some value, test one. Okay, just save it. So now you see multiple is coming true for this property. So it means that I can give multiple values. So that is the meaning of this multiple. Okay, multiple means that whether your property is having a string array value or any multiple values. So in that case it would be true and false based on that. Okay, mandatory false. If if your property is protected, then mandatory is true. If it is false, then you can delete it. This is not mandatory and this is not protected. Okay, auto created means whatever the properties are created by the GCR, your implementation framework, that is CRX. Okay, so that is auto created one, and these properties we have created manually. Okay, or by some other thing, like whenever you create a page, these property will be getting created, but with a node only this property get created. GCR primary type.
Vipin, one thing. So in the left hand pane, right? So there,
Mhm.
like we have a demo practical, right?
Yes.
Underneath, I see that JCR colon content, right? So that
Correct,
is
correct.
that is automatically created. That node is automatically created, or how that works?
Yes. So whenever you create a page, JCR content node will always be created using CQ colon page content node type. Okay, how this created? This node will be get copied from your template. Okay, for creating whenever you create a page, definitely you would require some template. Okay, so I haven't covered that part, but I'm just telling you for others that I will be taking you through all process that how this GCR content node is getting created. But let me just show
Okay.
you quickly. Suppose this is my project. Okay, components not here, practical template. I
So
created one template. So this JCR, when I create a template, one JCR content node gets created. Okay, so when you create a page out of this template, this node will get copied under that page. Okay, GCR content. I will be
okay.
showing you that thing. Okay, so how it
You
really
mean to
works.
say like, so you mean to say like every node is having that JCR content, right? Every node.
Not necessarily. Like if I go to this node, then if you are having any page or if you are having any containers, okay, then in that case your node might be having JCR content node. Okay, mainly our page. In case of page, I will be having the JCR content node. Okay, whenever the type is CQ page. Okay, CQ page will always be having one JCR content node. Okay, but like you can see here, this is one of my component, but it is not having JCR content node. For every page, we'll be having JCR colon content node. Okay, not for the other components and other templates. Okay.
Okay, JCR content is applicable only for page,
Yeah.
not for the templates and components, right?
Correct. For template, definitely it will be creating, but in the content only you will see under the page. Okay, I will show you the relationship. No issues.
Okay.
Okay, so we just covered the JCR. Okay, I know that most of the you are not getting that how we created this page and how we created this template. Don't worry, from tomorrow onwards I will show you from the scratch. That was about the JCR, that how the data is getting stored in form of node and properties. What is this protected, what is this mandatory, and what is this multiple. Okay, the only intent was to show you that thing. Now,
Vipin, can you once again tell like this apps, right? From so this apps is a root directory, correct?
correct. That is the apps directory. So
So
let
in
me
that,
just go through this one.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So before going forward, like I will just quickly tell you that what each folder means. Okay, here. So this is my default structure which comes. So under apps, you will see different folders here: apps, bin, conf, content, etc, home. Okay. So now in the apps folder, I'll be creating my projects. Okay. So there are two ways to create the projects in AEM, or to create, when I say project, I mean to say websites. Okay. Just take this word. So in CRXDE as well, I can create my project or my website, or through Eclipse as well, I can create. Okay. First, I will show you through CRXDE. Then I will move to Eclipse, how you can create your own Maven projects and how you can deploy. That is the secondary things. But in the apps, you will be creating your own project. Suppose there is one vRetail project which comes by default with your AEM instance. Okay, so here you will see that all project data is there. Okay, so in the apps you will see all of your projects, all of your components, templates you can create under the apps only. In the conf folder, that is a bit different. From 6.3 it got introduced to contain the editable templates, to contain the template types for experience fragments and my content fragments. We The storage is the configuration. For the time being, you just remember this thing. In the content one, I'll be having all of the content of my website. Okay, whatever page I create inside admin, those will be getting stored under content. Okay, in the etc, if you are creating any library, like if you are like performing any replication agent, or if you are configuring any workflows, or if you are keeping your designs or client library, all the things would come under etc. Okay, there are many folders like cloud services, client libraries. Okay, we'll see that under home there are some users things as well, that you can create your own users, you can create the groups as well. So all those things will be storing under this home directory. Okay, libs is the like whatever the core components, whatever the like out of box components comes with AEM, those will be residing under the libs folder. Okay, OIC index, as I mentioned that there are some out of box index are there. If you want to create your custom index, we'll be creating under OIC index. System
So this is a new
config.
feature, right? Vipin, sorry,
Sorry.
this is a new feature, right? OAK index is a new feature, or this is a new one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, this is a
In early,
new one because now they have like automatically, earlier versions we were having some indexing, out of box indexing, but now if you want to perform some like a query thing, you have to create your own indexes.
so this is will be run on the Jackrabbit. This will be taken care by Apache Jackrabbit. Okay, right?
Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
under where you will be having some temporary files as well for your client libraries and all. There are some dump libs concepts. I will be showing you that. Okay, so this is an overall thing. Don't go in deeper as of now. Just think that this is my structure where I'll be keeping all of my assets, all of my component templates. Okay, in this structure only. So
Yeah,
this will
within
be
one.
more. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this content will be this content, this website, that page content will be stored in the content root, and the project and the website will be stored in the apps. Correct? Is it like that?
No. Every content. Okay, so in the apps
Then
only you will be creating the components and templates. Okay, and but whatever you save on a page. Okay, suppose you have created one banner component, okay, you dragged on some page. Now you are just typing something in your banner or you are configuring. That thing will be storing in the content only. Okay, tomorrow I'll be creating one simple banner component, some template, and then page. We'll see all these queries, like where the data is getting saved, what is the GCR, where in which node GCR is keeping those values. Okay, so in app section normally we are just building the thing. Okay, we are creating the component, we are creating the templates. But in content section what we do, whatever you see in your like site admin, if you create a page, that will create under this content. Okay, and whatever you configure in those components, it will be storing under the content only. Okay, like practical is one of my page under the GCR content. Okay, let me show you. Under en page I dragged some components. Suppose I drag these many components like header, banner, accordion, many components, and I put some values inside those components. So those will be storing under the content only. Here you can see slash content slash practical slash EM.
Template is, where is it? Template. So that is a template, right? That's what practical is template.
No, template is like here only. Whenever you create a page, it will be template. So don't like go to this template one. As of now, you just because that will not be clear until or unless we don't create any component and template concept, then it will be more clear. Template will always be residing under GCR content. Okay, here you will see CQ colon template. Okay, so that is the thing. Because this is very first day, so I didn't want to go directly to components template creation, because that we need some base for that component creation and template creation. Now we are having a bit idea, only a bit idea. I'm not saying that you are aware about all of these things. No need to worry about. I will be showing you that how you can create from start, how you will be starting creating your project and all. So that gives you a basic idea that in apps I'll be creating my projects in content. Every content, whatever content I author in my pages will be storing here. So I'll be covering those things tomorrow. Okay, so for today, if you have any query regarding whatever we discussed today about GCR or about like other these environments, you can just ask to me. And from tomorrow onwards, we will actually go in the development, like how to create the components, templates. It will be more clear.
Yeah, Vipin, one question is like this repository, right? Okay, repository. So in real time in the companies, we'll be having the database backend, database.
Sorry,
In
come
the
again.
in real time companies, for repositories, we store for storing the data. We have a database, right? Database.
No, 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 no. Only
Database.
this repository. We do not have any external database. If you want to, like, you have created some forms, and if you want to save that data in some like external database, definitely you can configure those database in your AEM instance. But the data will only be storing in your repository, JCR repository only.
But
Okay,
when I don't remember exactly previous organization, like we have an Oracle database for AEM also.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can have like.
you can have no issues. You can connect your EM instance with external databases only in the cases if your like transactions, or if you are dealing with a very large content. Okay, very like which is having thousand lakhs of records you want to update in your database, then in that scenario you can connect EM with those external databases as well. We have services by which you can easily connect your EM with your Oracle. You can transport the data directly to those databases in form of tables.
So in that case, like the data will not be stored as nodes and properties, right?
It will
Yeah,
store
yeah,
as
you can bypass. Yeah, you
Sorry.
can bypass. Suppose you have created one form, okay, and you want to send that data to Oracle rather than storing in your CRX. Okay, so you can perform that action.
so
Okay.
in that case, it will be like metadata and indexing will be happen there only, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Metadata
it
also
will
will
be
be.
happening. Yeah, yeah, because we are not storing in CRX, then definitely it will be handled at Oracle side.
So High store in the sense the data of the content which you are creating, it will be stored in the file store. So original content will be inside the file store, and the only the metadata will be stored in the Oracle. In the is it like that?
There are different scenarios. When I say that if you are authoring something, definitely the data will be storing in your JCR. There is no way to store that data in Oracle, and there is no point. If you are authoring any page in AEM, then definitely data will be storing in JCR. Oracle, when we use these external databases, in case we have some form and we want to populate some data or we want to store that form data. Suppose I have created one form object, okay, that's having 100 fields. I want to store the data, or I want to create some reports, okay, some Excel. So instead of storing the data in CRX nodes, okay, what I can do, I can configure a third party, I can configure a Oracle, I can send a request to that Oracle with some in form of some JSON. I can send that to Oracle, and in Oracle I can store that data, okay, instead of saving that data in my CRX. But if you are performing any authoring, okay, like if you have opened any page in author instance and you have put some components on that page and you are authoring something like label you are changing, that data definitely will be storing in CRX. So there are different use cases of storing your values in third party. Definitely I will not be using authoring stuff for my Oracle.
Okay. Okay. So how the communication happens and that connectivity, so that will be happen is any like plugins, or how is that like that you saw something like no JSON, right? JSON. What is it? JSON like what is it? I didn't get it
Yeah,
all.
so there are services like in config manager we have some service. I will be covering that part. Okay, so it
Okay.
will be too early to go to that part, that how it is interacting with web console and all. I'll be showing you that how you can easily put your drivers and all to connect with third parties. Okay, we have the services for that as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so any queries guys for today?
So, one thing regarding the timings, right? So
Yep.
we've been like, so we two people only, right? So are like any others joining or like continuing this batch other than myself and
Vignesh,
Santosh?
sorry, Santosh.
Now the reason I'm asking is like if we have any slot, yeah, an hour before, right? That is also fine for me. I'm not sure about like Santosh. Just
No, no,
checking if that is possible.
no, I am okay with this one because after this class I have to go to office.
No, before that, like an hour before this, the current
Before
existing.
before that means I have to wake up at night 3 o'clock, morning, early morning three
Oh,
o'clock.
oh,
Now
what's
currently,
the time?
now currently my time is 5 o'clock here morning 5 o'clock.
Okay, I understand. Okay, that's fine.
Because if I come from office, I have to sleep. Then it will be difficult for me.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay.
So I'm okay with this timing.
Okay,
I I,
okay,
I,
okay,
I
Santosh.
see I see someone called Santosh, right? He is also part of this training.
Yes, yes, I am Santosh here.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm confused.
Some Smita,
Okay.
something, somebody is Smita like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Santosh and Vignesh. So what I will be doing, I'll be just sharing the document for today with you guys. You
Yeah.
have the 6.4 instance as well or not?
No,
Uh,
no, we
Okay,
didn't get
you don't
anything
have.
else.
Okay, fine. I'll be connecting with Shini, and we will be getting your details, and we'll share these things with you.
Okay.
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 We can for this Java, which version I can install? Like any version is fine, or is there in particular like for 6.4 this version of Java I have to install like that?
Just install 1.8.
1.8. Okay. So
Okay.
can you share that also with that 6.6.4? Can you put that Java also?
Java. Okay. I will put that. I will put that. No issue. Okay.
Vipin, so the day one PDF, right?
Yeah.
So, so can you share that PDF also?
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely. I will be sharing daily basis the PDF and PPTs, whatever I will be creating. I will be sharing that.
no,
Okay.
so far, like for the day one, right? We received the video, right? Recorded
Yeah.
session. but we haven't received the PDF information. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, definitely. I will be sharing this PDF. I'll be putting some folders there, and I'll be on daily basis. I'll be uploading this PDF. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Then, guys, meet you tomorrow. Yeah. Any query?
Within
Okay.
one final thing. So, do you have any sample resumes for AEM resumes with you?
Yeah, me too. Me too. Was asking the same thing. I was able to ask the same thing within.
Yeah, I have no issue. I will be providing you the details.
So I'm looking for a developer resume. Like if you give some 4 or 5 resumes, right? I'll have a better understanding and see like accordingly. I need to prepare the resume for myself. That's what I'm asking.
Me
Okay.
too. Me too. I was the same thing within. Because
Okay, Santosh and Vinesh. Yeah, I
I'm in notice.
understand. I understand.
I'm in notice period. So December is my last. So I'm eagerly
Oh,
waiting for that.
okay. Give me some time, like 3 to 4 days. I'll be giving you 4 to 5 resumes. Okay, for a year.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Sure. Sure.
thank you.
Okay, then meet you tomorrow, guys. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.